Hi, on the show this week, I'm taking requests. Hello and welcome back to Tea and Tarot Studios in Berlin-Neukölln. I'm Robert Farrah and this is Robert Farrah's Tea and Tarot, and it's all go, go, go. I'm making a website, I'm making some very nice graphics with my partner, which I will present soon, and I've stepped up my game. I'm putting out videos at the rate of one a week now. I'll do that for 6 months or so and we'll see if it kills me. On the show this week, I'm going to do a request show. I was on Facebook Live this morning at about 7 in the morning and that nearly killed me. And in fact, my brain was a bit foggy, but it wasn't nearly as foggy as the internet. It was quite difficult to get a good connection. So we had a kind of like a rather bumpy ride, my live Facebook session this morning. So anyway, when I finished the session, I said to the people who were still online, okay, if you have any requests, maybe I can answer them in my Tea and Tarot show. So I put a shout out on Facebook and a couple of requests have come in. Got my trusty Aquarian deck from the old days and we're going to answer some questions from a couple of ladies online. There's a request from Ray Santos, or Rai Santos, who's writing to us from Australia. And she says she'd like a career reading for 2021. Let's just put down 7 cards in the classic horseshoe spread and see what that shows up. Shuffle the cards a bit. Okay. Please give me a career reading for Ray Santos or Rai Santos in Australia for 2021. First impression, I'm seeing quite a lot of swords on the table. I think, Ray, the environment is a bit slow at the moment. I think that's true all around the world. We've got a 2 of swords there, which has a slight feeling of stalemate. And I'm also sensing that for you in your career, the most important message at the moment is to keep your spirits up. I'm sensing a little bit that things seem a bit like a struggle. That's in the present. And in the advice card, we have the star. So that's very much a card of an assurance from the tarot that there is hope. It feels like you've done a lot of very important groundwork for your career. And it feels like you've made a very important start. We've got an ace of batons there in the past position. But there's something about the atmosphere on the right hand side of the table which is a bit low. It feels like you're feeling a bit bruised. I'm going to put a couple more cards down for the outcome there. You do have battles to fight. I think you are quite a fighter. I see a Knight of Swords here, which these apply to men and women. The knights, and it feels like there is a battle that needs to be completed. There's an incompletion there, and there's a reversed 10 of swords. That's not a disaster. That's more like the worst is behind you. I'm also getting the feeling that if you are thinking of moving on career-wise or job-wise, it might be difficult for you to do that. But that may be no bad thing. We've got 8 of Cups here, the moving on card, but it's a tricky moving on card. And across it from the table is the 2 of Swords, which is really slowing down that movement. So if you're chomping at the bit and if you're wanting to move on and you can't, then it might be more a matter of dealing with it on an emotional level and staying where you are and seeing the value of where you are. Let's just put down 12 cards to maybe see some influences that might be coming in for you in the year. I'll do a 12 house reading. I won't read all the houses. We'll just look at the money, job, career house and see what's happening there. I think on the whole it's going to be a positive year for you, and there is going to be great support from a partnership, whether that's a business partnership or a personal partnership. Strength in the 7th house. You've got your overall card here, again, is the Ace of Batons. That's the second time we've seen that. It is an unstable time, and I think it will be an unstable time for your career and your ambitions. Again, what I'm seeing is as the overall card for the year that you're not in such a bad position where you are, the nine of rods. It's a kind of position of strength. If there is the desire to move on, it may just be that you need to stay where you are for 21. It feels like maybe you're being underpaid at the moment. I drew some extra cards for the sixth house, the house of work, and it feels like maybe there's someone at work who's not supporting you, a young man or a young woman, and it may be that someone is presuming on your good nature. I have the Seven of Swords as the cards of there's something sort of innocent about the Seven of Swords when it's reversed. Taking two more for the second house. House of material possessions, and we have a king and a queen. It feels like parents, it feels like family money, and it feels like some kind of inertia. So if there should be or should have been a flow of family money to you, it feels like that's happening slowly or not happening at the moment. The energy of the year seems to be maybe better than you might think from everything I've been saying. It's quite a nice energy. It doesn't look like a year of great career breakthroughs. It looks like a year of maintaining your position, I would say. So the second request comes from a lady called Charmaine, and it's her birthday today. That is Sunday, the day that I'm releasing this video. And Charmaine would just like to peer into the future a little bit and hear a little bit about her future partner. This is someone who she hasn't met yet. She'd just like to know a little bit about this guy. So I think that's a nice idea. And I've been wanting to demonstrate a particular kind of spread, which is kind of a bridge spread. I'm not going to put down too many cards. I'm just going to put down 3 cards so we get a general feeling for the energies. If it was an established relationship, then one might put down 9 cards and really see what was going on. But what you do is you have the querent, the client, on the left, you have the partner on the right, and you have above them, bridging them, the relationship. So let's ask for 3 cards, 1, 2, 3, for Charmaine's future relationship. Charmaine, I'm using the Morgan Greer deck because it's very nice. A little bit sexy. It's from the late 70s, I think, or from 1980. And a lot of the men have got moustaches or beards. Okay, let's have a look. Charmaine, I'm looking at these cards very carefully because I'm picking up something rather unusual, and I've put down some extra cards for the partner position. It seems to me that this will be a very magical relationship, and I think it might require you to lovingly make some sacrifices or give something up. It feels like, gosh, this is terribly serious for your birthday, isn't it? But then they're also nice cards. It feels like you might in some ways have to support this person. Though, as I say, you have this lovely Lovers card, which is one of the most gorgeous and really outrageously sexy Lovers cards in the classic tarot decks from the 20th century anyway. And you've got, characterizing the relationship, you have got this Magician card. So that's a card of new beginnings, that's a card of a feeling of great engagement in the world, a feeling of great possibilities, a feeling of both of you really fulfilling yourselves and being able to take part in life. But I do see this rather interesting image of a 10 of batons and a reverse chariot, and it feels like a slowing down. And Knight of Cups, which is in your position, could be you, a gentle, poetic young person. Knight of Cups there is reversed. It feels like the Knight of Cups is asked to perhaps, as I say, give something up or or delay their plans. The reverse Chariot is a card of slowing down, and the Ten of Batons is also a card of having to, to carry things from A to B. So to sum up, I think you will have a very loving and magical relationship with someone who in some way you might have to look after. It might be even, I don't know if you've ever seen Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. It might be a man with a broken leg, who might need a helping hand for a little while his leg's in plaster. But anyway, congratulations on that. That feels very nice. Happy birthday. Stay well. And that's all I'll say for now. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching Robert Farrah's Tea and Tarot, brought to you not entirely live, but almost from Berlin Neukölln. I'll be back next week with more excitement. It's all planned out, very efficient. Next week it'll be time for the general reading for the month of February. Thanks to Danny for suggesting the requests show. I think it's going to be a big hit. Bye.